So I got something pretty cool in the mail. Um, and it only cost me $36 shipped, well, each. And I think they're pretty cool. I've seen magnetic wallets that hold your Lishi picks, or as one of my viewers said, a communist country's products. I mean, shit, here in locksmithing, we can't get away from the communists, sorry. So, I mean, even those who sell like OEM keys, I mean, come on, man, you don't know shit. Hell, that's made in China. I guess if you drive a Toyota, you're a bad person, apparently to some people. But let me get back on subject. I got these in the mail today, and I'm really impressed. I bought two. Um, I live by the golden rule of two is one and one is none. So I'll show you this one first. It is a Lishi. Whoops. I dropped a transponder or something. Screw. I don't know. It's a Lishi wallet or binder. It's pretty big. Some little size comparison for you. My hand's not a good representation, and I can't talk. It has quite a few pockets, man. Like I said, I've seen magnetic ones sold by like HL Flake or, known distributors. I never really liked them. To me, if you put your Lishi onto a magnet, it's gonna charge it and magnetize it. I don't need that in my life, I get pretty annoyed whenever I get particulates sticking to my stuff, like even like brass shavings sticking to my hand or to the key blank. We have a deburring brush for that. And, a lock is a mechanical, thing. And it needs to move. And so if you sit there and stick your Lishi pick to it, eventually it's probably going to magnetize. So I've always avoided that. And I saw this option on eBay. On this side there's just a singular pocket with a flap that kind of keeps everything in, encapsulates it. I just noticed it would be a perfect pocket for something like this, like a binder or an application guide perhaps. That's not bad. And then you got the flaps that actually will encompass your picks, and the clear plastic pocket to put your ID card or a piece of paper that tells you exactly what it is. I'm not going to do that. I like to make the thief's job harder. Fun fact: locksmith vans get burglarized and robbed a lot because our tools make a thief's job easier. If we were not good guys, we would be thieves or bad guys, car thieves, stuff like that. But we're the good guys, so we get targeted by the bad guys. I do not label my stuff. I make it harder just in case. I don't have my van decaled for that reason. I've seen people in Texas or even the United Kingdom, their panel vans get just destroyed. And I make it hard for, a thief to know who I am or what I have, aside from these videos. Haha. There's a little irony right there that I just realized. But, nonetheless, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's double-sided. So you have 12 per page. 12. 24. Sticking 36 and 48. Come on now. And then over here you have a really long pocket right there and two individual ones. Your imagination would use it as you want, because this is your kit that you're building. I think what I'll put in here is possibly a Pippin file or something like that. Yeah, something small and narrow. I don't know, maybe a scope even, so that I can look inside of a lock if it's like obstructed or something, or some broken key extractors. That'd be a good idea. It's really your imagination that you can use to build your kit with. And even here we have elastic banding up at the top with kind of individual thingies. I don't know what that's for, honestly. I don't know what I'd use that for. probably nothing, but it's there on every page, except for the back and the front. But yeah, it's really cool, and it has a strap that you can keep out of it to hang your little binder up, you know, inside your van. How cool, you know? Like I said, I got this off eBay for $36, so grab yours while you can, because I made a video about a $17 flip key roll pin removal tool, and I don't have it with me, but distributors sell that for like 35 bucks or something like that. I'm like, come on now, just buy it from China. It took about a month to get to me. Fair trade, you know what I mean? Had to come through customs, and I knew it was I knew what it was when I got it, because there was a big old declaration in Chinese all over it. I was like, fuck yes, it's here. So there's this one that I will outfit later. Now here's mine. Let me get my hands free for this. Magnifier's a little dirty, but I'm just going to unzip real quick. Alright, now I'm going to be completely honest. I did not know I had so many Lishi picks until I put them in this binder. I was like, whoa. So, here is what I've done. And I'll probably use my third hand every once in a while to aid. But I've got my commercial Chrysler. I've got my regular. You know, these are my most used, so 2 is 1, 1 is none. I've got SIP 22 for the Fiat and the you know, the Jeep Renegades and stuff like that. And we got our Ford 8-cut. I know my feet are gross. In here, I have an easy reader, and it's really far down there. But I have the Ford 10-cut easy reader in here with its little pointy thing that often pokes me like a diabetic. Here's my high security Ford 10-cut Lishi pick. Y'all who are new, take notes. This is a perfect opportunity for you to learn from somebody who's had to build their own stuff and teach themselves. This guy, T8. Oh, that's my GM 8-cut. Always have a GM 8-cut, because if you have just the GM 10-cut, you can get away with the job, but sometimes it makes it harder, because the GM 10-cut pick is longer, and sometimes it hangs out of that lock a little too much and your reeds are sloppy. I hate sloppy reeds. Here is the non-warded B106. This is the warded B11. One of my most used. I have 2 of him also, but not in here. This guy is the Daewoo keyway that GM likes to use on like the Sonic, I think, or the Pontiac Wave. Here's the old classic B86 B102 GM39 Lishi pick. One of my most used also. I need to get a second one of that guy. Over here I have Honda HD 103, or the Han 58 reverse, and obviously next to that we're going to have the Han 66, the high security keyway. That's one of my most used picks also. Honda Civics and stuff like that, if you go in with a long reach tool, the car goes into Sentry mode. And Sentry mode is whenever you unlock a car, the car detects it, and the car deactivates the trunk release, stuff like that. The horn will blare if you go into a Honda, and even if the user puts a key in to the ignition and turns it on, starts it, the horn will still blare. I've seen it happen. Car dealer called me out for an unlock. Guy drove away. Literally drove away his own car. Door lock was roached. Wouldn't work. And he drove away with his car just going bop, 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 bop. And it did that for weeks, boy. And he tried to say it was my fault. And I was like, well, if you pay me to repair that lock, then I'll solve your problem. Nope. He didn't want to do that, and he didn't want a remote programmed. So I was like, get lost. And he sold that car to somebody like that. What a jackass. But I've got some Hyundai Lishi picks. I don't use them very much, because with a Hyundai you can get around Sentry mode. I got the HY22. I've always wondered if the HY22 is the same as like one of the Toyota picks. Here is a Land Rover lock pick, and I bought this for one job, and it was murder. I learned so much about those locks. Over here, I have an empty space. Then I've got my Nissan 10 cut. Next to it will be the Nissan 8 cut. Over here, I've got, that appears to be my Mazda 10 cut, MZ31, what have you. Over here is, this is my Mitsubishi MIT6, or, the Eclipse keyway, stuff like that, early stuff. I use that every once in a while, especially on convertibles, like the hard top convertibles. They, the glass, if you can't really long reach it very easily, the glass is tucked underneath a lip on the roof, and if you stick an airbag in there or a tool, the glass is pinched and retained, and if you try to bag it, sometimes that glass goes pop right out of the window. Never done it, never will. Pick that damn door lock. Old style Mitsubishi. We can get around that one. I don't use it very much. It's actually very warty, and it cants in the lock, like, tilts. Very hard to use. I don't have good luck with that. Easier to impression or just buy a code, or take the lock apart. Over here I have Toyota 8 cut, Toyota 10 cut, Toyota 10 cut reverse for your Hummers and GMC Canyons or Subarus. Shout out Chad Harris. Over here I have the Octopus, as I like to call it. Toyota 40 keyway, high security. Its counterpart, Toyota 48, high security. Over here, what do I have? I got my VW, an Audi, and Porsche. I use that one every once in a while. And let me tell you, you get a Audi or a Porsche owner, and you pick open their lock, you don't wedge it or anything, boy howdy, they appreciate the hell out of you. I charged one guy $100 to open up a Porsche. It was the Amera something, Panamera or something like that. Tipped me $30. I was like, yay. He said 2 other locksmiths have been out there and failed. And I was like, well, next time you'll call me first. So, right here I have the Volvo high security. What are you, guy? You're a Saab high security. You, sir, are Mercedes-Benz high security. The newer, not the older. Right here we have BMW high security reverse, BMW 2-track standard, and then old school BMW, get out boy, high security. That's a pain in the ass to use. I saw Chris Lira getting lessons at Just Cars about this one. What did he say to the guy at the flake booth? Can you give me some pointers on this? And I was like, Mr. Lira, I too needed some pointers, so I sat and paid attention myself. Subaru high security. Then we have my motorcycle readers. These are not picks, these just read the lock and they make it super quick. This is for Kawasaki, and I'm betting this guy that's stuck is my Suzuki, and it sure is. So, as you can see, quite an assortment inside this binder. A plethora of picks that you can profit with. And this binder keeps them all together like one big happy family. Makes your job a whole lot easier, and it protects your investment. So, if I was you, I'd buy this. I'll put a link in my description of where I got it. I'm not making $1 off of it. I've paid full price for both of these. I paid $72, shipped from China. They shipped together, and like I said, I've got one just in case. Maybe I'll send it to my friend. I don't have many of those, but maybe I will. Anywho, Jareth Garza, Como Lock Shop. Hope you enjoy. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.